Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about the new episode of Vanderpump Villa, which is episode 6. Let's get right into this.
When you're making fun of appearances and shit, I don't that.
You guys are fake ass bitches.
What the is just too wild for me.
I'm trying because I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to feel like that, Lisa.
Alright, so everybody is ending their night after a long day at work. Gabriella is telling the girls that she made out with Dan, one of the guests. Now, the girls are a little salty because initially Hannah sort of wanted Dan, and then Telly also kind of wanted him, but not. Dan wanted Gabriella, so it was what it was. So Gabriella liked the kiss, but she feels a little remorseful because of Andre. So Gabriella goes to tell Andre so that he can hear it from her, straight before he has to hear it from somebody else. Now the thing is, they're not dating. They don't really have much going on, so I don't see this being a big deal. I mean, unless there's something that we've been missing, but she seems to feel very bad. And Andre is definitely taken a little aback, but he's not like heartbroken or anything, but he definitely is a little serious after listening to that. So that was it for the night. It is then the next morning, and okay, Telly is taking this a little too seriously, and so is Hannah. They're talking about Gabriella is not a girl's girl because of that Dan kiss. Like, y'all need to calm down. Like, settle down. The men of the trip, because remember, it was like a guy's trip. They're still there. They were out playing with the animals. Gabriella and Steven are planning some of the events for the day. Gabriella feels awkward. She actually went up to the bar where Andre was, like, getting ready and says, good morning, Andre. And Andre's just like, good morning. Not making eye contact or anything. He seems a little bothered by Gabriella being there. It was so awkward and uncomfortable. But also, Gabriella, if he doesn't want to talk to you, go away. But yeah, she was trying to start a conversation with him. Also, let's not forget that Marciano was punished and he was demoted to dishwasher. Lisa actually went to go see him, and the chef told her that he's actually been doing really good and following directions. So Lisa says, okay, well, I want to talk to you tomorrow at this same time. Also, here's the thing. The show confuses me sometimes because you'll have the employees dressed in their uniform in one scene, but not in the next. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But Andre and Gabriella are able to talk, and Andre pretty much says that he's thought highly of her ever since, like, the very beginning. So he does like her, and she does too. He says he's not going to get mad or, like, try to get back at her, so they're okay. A little later, it is time for the dinner. It's a Moulin Rouge theme. A lot of feathers and glitter, all this stuff. They had some performers there. It was very much giving, like, 1950s vintage Hollywood dancers. I like the vibe. After the dinner, the guests and the employees start to just party, dance, drink, go crazy. Everyone but Marciano, who's in the sink washing the dishes, and Priscila, who is somewhere by herself, not really interacting much. So they all go to bed, right? Like, the night's over. Andre goes shirtless to Gabriella's bed, which is next to Steven's. And then he gets up on the bed and, like, he sleeps together with Gabriella. Okay. The next morning, the guests have their final breakfast and they fill out their experience survey, as they do for every single guest group. After they leave, Lisa calls Hannah into her office. Hannah thinks that she did great because Marciano wasn't there, and Lisa says, well, they said some great things about you. Lisa says, Hannah hasn't had any comments until now, and maybe the denominator of that is Marciano. Lisa says this Hannah is the one she wanted from the very beginning. Okay, Priscila is feeling horribly. First of all, she feels homesick. She's never lived with coworkers. And she also doesn't feel like she connects with the people there. I felt bad for her. She was kind of like by the pool, just kind of crying. Then Lisa calls Marciano to her office. He clearly isn't his best behavior, and I think that this dishwasher job is good because he seems a lot more humble and not so cocky. Lisa loves messing with people, so she says, if I sent you home right now, how would that make you feel? And he says, well, that would make me feel humiliated and, like, feel like I let you down. She says, do you think that will make you learn? And he says, yeah, like, if that's how you feel. Lisa says, well, I don't usually give third chances, but maybe this could work for you. She says, I want to see change from now on. And he is so grateful, and he promises that he will not let her down. And I believe her, because it's like 3 strikes or more than whatever. Like, he's gonna be out if he messes up again. So I do think he's gonna try and like be in his best behavior. This must have been office day, because Lisa then calls Priscilla. So Lisa can tell that Priscila is pulling back, becoming insular. Lisa actually saw her at the pool by herself earlier, and she says that she's a very different girl than the one she interviewed. So Priscilla starts to cry and says, yes, I feel like I don't have anyone. She says, but I don't want to disappoint you. And I think the moment that really made Priscilla feel some type of way about being here is when Balloon Lips Hannah came at her for the way she was sitting when she was next to Marciano. Lisa says that mental health is really important to her, so she's gonna think about some things, so she lets her go. So then they have their group meeting, which they have before every guest arrives, where Lisa says who they are and why they're here. And as she's about to introduce the guests, she says that they're actually not coming today. Instead, they're going to have a day of hanging out, them, like the group, out in the country. So they're all excited. It will help the group to get distracted, enjoy some time, but also bond. So the energy is really off with Priscilla still, and everyone can tell. Telly is getting a little frustrated that Priscilla doesn't stick up for herself. And like speak for herself, and she's a little mad that she went to go talk to Lisa, or not that she went to go talk to her, but like that she brought this situation up about how she doesn't feel comfortable with some of the women, and like the word bully kind of just started to be flown up in there. So now Telly is going to tell Hannah, oh, well, Priscilla went to go complain to Lisa instead of talking to us. Also, again, side note, Telly is wearing a whole different outfit than she was just in that last scene where she was talking to Priscilla. That's crazy. But Telly is now also telling Hannah things about Gabriella. They're talking about Gabriella, and they're gossiping and hating. Hannah says, yeah, she has a mustache and her nose is like this. Her eyebrows look like that. That's so rude. Little do they know, Emily is actually hearing all of this. And she goes to tell some of the other girls, and that made Priscilla even more upset that they're being bullies. So then they go. Telly was wearing a third different outfit. That's bothering me. I don't know why, but like they're messing with us. But they went to this like beautiful ancient building, looked like a castle. The view was beautiful. Eric and Caroline had like a little peck, like a kiss, and they were happy that they were being, for once, served and being catered to. So here comes the drama from Hannah. So they're all having a good time, and then all of a sudden Hannah says to the whole table, does anyone here feel bullied? Does anyone feel like there's an issue? And everybody's just like, what the hell? Gabriella says, well, with me and Andre, like that became an issue, and y'all started talking about it. Hannah says, oh, well, Grace said that she liked Andre first, and then you went for him. Grace is just there like, oh, it's okay, like it wasn't anything. So then Emily says, y'all want to ruin this dinner? I'll do it. So she whispers to Gabriella all of the things that she overheard Telly and Hannah talk about Gabriella earlier. You're calling her a toucan Sam, ugly, has a beak. So Emily raises her glass and says to the whole table, I want to cheer for people so that they can know who their true friends are, and for people not to make fun of others' appearances. It was like very passive aggressive. So Hannah says, who's making fun of people's appearances? So Gabriella says to Hannah, well, I just heard that you and Telly were talking about me. Hannah tries to deny this, but Emily says, nope, y'all said this, and this. Hannah tries to deny it, as I said, but when Telly is asked, did you say that Gabriella was ugly and looked like a toucan Sam? And Telly says, yeah. Okay, well, at least she was being honest, so I'll give her a point for that, but that's so messed up. By the way, what even is a toucan Sam? Let me Google that. Before you know it, Hannah storms, she starts to go off on the whole table. She calls them fake-ass bees. Grace is like, okay. Then they leave, and there's so much chaos going on in the car. They then get home, and Hannah's just screaming like a psycho. Child, my whole heart broke for Gabriella. And I know, like, she kept saying, I'm beautiful. I don't need to worry about that. I don't care. But it is still hurtful to hear people say those stuff about you. And she's better than me, because back when they were eating dinner, I would have jumped across that table Lisa Rinna style with that. But anyway, that was the end of the episode. Next week, it looks like these episodes are getting crazier and crazier every episode. And the drama, like, shifts from like from different people. But yeah, this episode shocked me because if y'all go back to the first episode and second, I love Telly. I was rooting for her, and I felt so bad when she was crying to Lisa Vanderpump about people not liking her and wanting to be accepted and all this and that. So for her to kind of team up with the mean girl, Hannah, and for them to both be mean girls towards Gabriella, that is surprising. Are y'all surprised by that? I definitely am. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You'll have a great one. Bye.